Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We got another Cardfight Vanguard video for you guys today, and today we are talking about Artisaria. So we've done a video on Artisaria in the past when she first got announced, and I'll be real with you guys, she was pretty mid, but I think I fixed her. So we're gonna talk about the deck, talk about the card choices, and then of course jump into some gameplay. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let's jump in and let's get started. All right. I'm gonna rush through the effects that we know and try and go a little bit faster than normal. So grade 1, grade 2 do the same thing. Grade 1, when you ride grade 0, searches one of the sound systems. Grade 2 searches the other sound system. Another sound system doesn't have to, can be the same one, doesn't have to be. And then we have Artisaria, the heart and soul of the deck. So what I like about Artisaria is that she is 100% a standalone Vanguard. She does not need any specific rear guards to function. They help, but she can carry the load herself. It just, unfortunately, she's a little bit slow. So what Artisaria does is if you have 2 or more sound systems, she gets a critical passive during your turn. Act Vanguard once per turn. Energy Blast 2. Choose a sound system from your hand or drop, put it into the order zone. If you chose a card from your hand, you get to draw a card. That does not count as your order per turn. You are putting it into play. You are not playing the order. So that's why we're playing Radiance Caliburn, because we can play a sound system and still play Radiance Caliburn. But we'll get to that in a second. Auto Vanguard, once per turn, when this unit attacks, Counterblast 1, call up to 1 Shadow Army token for each sound system in your order zone. All of your front row get 5,000 power for it until end of turn for every 2 sound systems in your order zone. This is definitely a going first deck because you want to get to grade 3 and potentially get to the 2 sound systems as fast as possible, so you can give that 5k to the front row, and so you can max out on 5 attacks. After getting 2, when you get 3 and 4, it just becomes, you're still getting 5 attacks, you're just making bigger columns. But we have our Persona rides, Franchette. Franchette's just a good generic way to bounce, and it's a pretty good B stick for the mid and late game. When this unit attacks, if you have 3 or more units, auto rear guard. When this unit attacks, if you have 3 or more units with different card names from each other, this unit gets 5,000 power until end of turn. And if you have 4 more units at the end of the battle, choose one of your rear guards and return it to hand. Doesn't say different rear guards; it says different units. So you count her, your Vanguard, and Shadow Army token. That's already 3. You just need 1 more rear guard to be able to turn on that bounce. We kind of leaned heavy into the bounce aspect of Lyrical because we have a lot of cards that get on place effects, and we want to be able to mess with our formations. Plus, since Artisaria calls during the battle phase, being able to bounce and clear those rear guard circles so you don't lose card advantage, it really helps. And the deck superior calls like crazy now. We are playing 3 copies of 7 Hues Bridge Luciel. This is our Persona Shield. I don't hate these cards. They're all right. The deck just does use a lot of soul right now. That's why I was trying to find something else to play with it. I didn't want to use energy cyclers because of the next card that we're playing, and the energy cyclers just weren't giving me what I was looking for. This card's still pretty good. When it's placed on rear guard from hand, other than from a unit's ability or by discarding from hand. When this card is placed on rear guard from hand, other than by a unit card's ability, or discard from hand while riding from the ride deck, choose a card with Persona Ride from your ride deck, you may reveal it. If you reveal the card, or if you have a Vanguard with Persona Ride, Soul Blast 1, put a Persona Shield ticket in hand. So this is kind of like our new cycler. But then it also has a power boost for its second skill. When this unit attacks a grade 3 or greater unit, this unit gets power plus 5,000 until end of turn. I like these cards because they give you extra shield, and for discarding it, for calling it, for bouncing and calling again, you gain pseudo advantage, I want to say, because you're not drawing into any combo pieces and you're not drawing into anything that you might need. You're just gaining 10k shields, which don't forget the Persona shields gain an extra 5k if you play against like a stride deck, but it's okay. Now this card, Angelic Echo Lumina Well, I ended up liking this card way more than I thought I was going to. Way more than I thought I was going to. So when this unit is placed on rear guard, choose up to 1 grade 3 or greater card with Artisaria's card name from your hand and reveal it. If you reveal a card, or if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Artisaria and its card name, Energy Blast 2, call a Shadow Army token to rear guard, and it cannot attack until end of turn. Basically, you call this, you get a free dude. It ends up being a booster, but it's still a free dude. You do have to have an Artisaria in hand or be on Artisaria. That's the only downside to this card. They made it so they tried to balance it out instead of just giving you a free +1 because Shadow Army tokens are so big. But getting an Artisaria in hand, super easy. It's just the increase to early game that this thing gives and the increase to defense. Like, I ended up liking this card like crazy. I love this card. And then second effect, I love defensive options. Anybody who knows me. When this unit is put on Guardian Circle, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Artisarian's card and retire 1 or more up to 2 of your Shadow Army tokens, this unit gets 10,000 shield until the end of that battle for each retired for this cost. So it can be a 5k shield, a 15k shield, or a 25k shield. We have our Ace unit. We are using the Ace unit. For anybody that doesn't know what the Ace unit does. So Ace units have unique skills, kind of like divine skills. They're once per game skills. This one I want to say is probably the best one, or at least pretty close. When this unit is placed on rearguard, other than during the battle phase, this unit gets 5,000 power until end of turn. Energy Blast 3, draw a card, choose one of your rearguards, and it gets at the end of your turn. You may return this unit to hand until the end of and it gets that skill until the end of your turn. And then it has another skill that isn't once per game. When this unit attacks, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, until the end of that battle, this unit gets 5,000 power. If 2 more of your rearguards were placed this turn, it gets an additional 5,000 power. We have our PGs. I'm going to skip it and just say Elementary Sun 2 because it's down here. For Yukia. Yukia is great for the early game. Yukia is great for the mid game. Early game, late game, it's just a good card. Soul Blast 1 to bounce a unit after it boosts. Gains 5k when you call in front of it if your opponent's at grade 3. It's just a solid card all around. It's a lyrical staple. This is probably the only actual Artisaria support cards that I like. During your turn, if your Order Zone has a sound system, this unit gets 5,000 power, so it can be a 13k attacker or booster. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted. If your Order Zone has a sound system, put this unit into the soul, choose one of your rear guards, and return it to hand. I wish that was on boost or attack, but I'll take it on just being on boost. Radiant's Caliburn for a little bit of extra draw. We don't have any counter charge, so being able to counter charge when we want, kind of nice. Now, the sound systems. As you see, I have 4 Shout and Shadows, 3 Mega Romanias. So I have realized that Shout and Shadow is actually the superior of the orders. I know we saw Lock and we all got like really hot for it, but Shout and Shadow, this card cannot be played and cannot be put into the Order Zone other than by the ability of a unit with Artisaria, its card name. When this card is put into the Order Zone, draw a card and call up to 1 Shadow Army token. We always want to see this card. Always. It gives us a draw, it gives us a dude. It's technically a +1. And if we play it with Artisaria skill from hand, we get to draw, we get to cycle a card, draw a card, and call a dude. And ideally if we're going first on our turn 3, this is going to be the order we're going to play. Mega Romania is great, but it's also matchup dependent. Some matchups don't give a shit about you locking 1 rearguard, but some live and die by that 1 rearguard. So you have to kind of pick and choose. Like Levidros, locking a Foxel, you're reducing the Vanguard's power and you're cutting out one of their attacks. But then you look at Magnolia, cool. They went from getting 6 attacks to still getting 5. So it's matchup dependent when you're going to use this, but you can't even use this until your opponent's at grade 3 anyway. This card neither one of them can be played unless neither one of the orders can be played except by the ability of Artisaria. And then this one, when this card is put into the Order Zone, if your opponent has Vanguard's grade 3 or greater, you get to choose one of your opponent's rearguards and lock it. So you're giving up a draw and a dude to lock a card. So, like I said, it's gonna be this actual decision making with which order you're gonna put into play. Now our trigger lineup. While I do not think that the lyrical OT is bad, I actually think it's really good in this deck, especially since it's the numbers on the rearguards can get pretty crazy. I decided to go with Valnut, simple because Artisaria calls during the battle phase, so even if you have no rearguard, she's going to make rearguards during the battle phase, which means that Valnut will always be live every time, as long as you have 1 counterblast. And I like decks that do that. And then because we've managed to gain such a plus engine, we went with front triggers, crits, heals. This is the deck. Like I said, we've improved on it. It feels really, really good, and that's why I want to bring it to you guys and show you that Artisaria can actually do things, and she's not just going to fall by the wayside. So let's go jump into a game.
All right, guys, we got a game, and we are going second. I'm going to send all this, but I'm going to keep 1 cycler. Oh, this hand's crazy. Oh, he let me go first. I'm surprised. All right, we're going to drop the cycler. Now we're gonna get a bunch of cards to hand, so we're gonna get to search one of our orders. So we're going first, so let's search Shout and Shadow. No starter skill. There we go. So we don't get the draw off our starter, my bad. But we do get our order and we get our Persona Shield ticket. So yay. Little no guard here. We only need 1 damage for our turn 3, so we can be defensive after this. Now, what do I want to discard here? We'll discard the order. Bang. We'll search. I think we should search another one. No, let's get a Mega Romania. Just in case. Now I think about it, I probably should have searched Mega Romania first, but that's another story. So now we'll go main phase. We're going to do some cool stuff here. We're going to go skill. Energy Blast 2. Reveal the Artisaria in hand. And now we get to make a Shadow Army token. So we're going to go Shadow Army, Shadow Army. Shadow Army token's going to go here. Then we're going to call Yukia and you. Battle phase. We're going to go swing. Obviously, I didn't Soul Blast for this because I want to be able to bounce it with Yukia. Oh, Yuika. Sorry. Yuika skill. Soul Blast 1. Add to hand. Swing with Vanguard. Drive check. Critical trigger. All effects to Van. Cool. And he still has to guard this. Alright. That was a very productive turn. Now, we're probably going to be defensive here because, you know, Vermilion's going to try to dish out a bunch of damage turn 3. Alright, he's grabbing his order. I wouldn't have done that because, you know, I'm going to... Oh, wait, I can't lock him turn 3. I forgot. Which means he's probably going to play a bunch of rear guards to, like, clear out his front row. Let's see what he does here. He's probably got to put Vermilion to the soul. Does he have the Vermilion? He does not. He puts Eternal Thunderbolt. Does he have Vermilion? He does not. That's not good. Let's see what happens here. He's calling a lot of units. I do like this rear guard, but it can go. We'll guard that. Cool, cool, cool. And we'll guard that. Alright. That worked out. Oh, and we drew a Shout and Shadow, which I did want. So we're going to drop and ride. Main phase. We're going to go Artisaria skill. Energy Blast 2. Shout and Shadow from the hand. We want to cycle to get an extra card. So now we get 2 draws. And we get a Shadow Army token. Which will be you. And then... I guess we can call Lucille. Battle phase. I'm going to go 18 of Vanguard. Alright. Skill. Soul. Return to hand. Now we're actually going to swing at the rear guard, because that's a really important rear guard, and call a Shadow Army token. Twin Drive. First check. Second check. That's a front trigger. That's nice. We'll take out the other rear guard too. And then we're going to go 40 to Vanguard. You'd love to see it. All right. Pretty good turns. Pretty good turns all around. And now we have our ace unit too. We got a pretty good turn coming up next turn. We can either go Shadow Army or we can lock his rear guards. He got another Spark. We might just lock the Spark because it's a really good card. The Spark Spike Dragon. That's a potential plus engine. Pumped up his front row. I don't know what he's looking at for. He doesn't have Vermilion and Soul, so he doesn't get the extra 5k in crit. And we're at 1 damage. I think he's contemplating what to do here. We have a 5 attack turn coming up too. Did you Soul Blast? We'll guard the Vanguard, and the 2 rear guards can go. He didn't call any rear guards, I'm surprised. I guess he was scared of getting locked. Oh, he didn't deal me a damage. Oh, that sucks. I didn't think about that. I should have took the damage. I was too defensive. Do I want a Persona ride now? You know what? I'll take the risk. Skill, Energy Blast 2. We'll put in play you, which is going to give us a Shadow Army token, and draw us a card. Good draw. I mean, I guess we could just keep it like that, right? You know what? Might as well get a little more offense, right? Call, skill, Soul Blast 1. And I'm hoping I draw into a Persona ride. But we got another ticket. Battlefield. I got too greedy on the defense. Too greedy on the defense. All right, Twin Drive. First check. Second check. Maybe I should have saved the Persona ride, guys. 35. $35 is a good number. So is 40. All right. Which means he has a handful of triggers. Oh, he's taking this one? All right, 5 damage. Yeah, we have mad defense. I am not worried. He's Persona riding. He still doesn't have Vermilion in Soul. All right, he just Soul Blasted for Vermilion's effect. Does he get it off the top 7? He does get Vermilion. All right, so his power boost is live and his critical is live. But I think we're chilling. At this point, we have so much advantage, don't even matter. Does this have to boost a rear guard? No, but it don't matter. We're good. Yeah, he's going for everything now. Rough Cur? Is that what he's gonna call next? Bellicosity. Oh, he's trying to do a big Phoenix combo. How many cards? He has 7 cards in Soul, and how many Phoenix does he have? He has 4. So he's gonna try and go for a 7 attack turn. This is like the maximum Vermilion can do. I kind of want to get him to use his damage skill too. Ideally, we want to block Vermilion. If your Vanguard hit 2 or more times. All right, so we want to have Vermilion only hit 1 time. All right. All right, so we're gonna guard. Thinking. All right, we don't want him to draw with the grade 2s, the grade 1s. And then we want him to discard for Vermilion's skill. So I think we perfect guard. I was going to guard more. You already saw a draw trigger. That makes a big difference. Whatever, jackass. And then I was gonna go 30. He does get a heal, and I take 2 damage, but he does not get the draw. He didn't do the discard. All right, let's get some damage triggers here. We'll take that. It's fine. There'll be 23s. He didn't go for the 7 attack turn. All right, 46 is fine. 33, 43, 48. $38, $48. All right, cool. I wanted that. Oh well. All right, so we'll get a crit because we have 2 orders. Boom. We're gonna go with Mega Romania. We'll put that into the order zone. Lock. Then we're gonna go. We're actually gonna call this. Oh, she's end of turn. I guess we don't need to use this. We'll use the skill just to get the draw. 1, 2, 3. Draw. I guess I should have called that first because I could have boosted the Vanguard and then called that back. That's fine. And then she's going to gain 5k and 2 more Rare will replace this turn, so she's going to gain 15k. Alright, battle phase. We're going to go. We get to call 3 here. So let's go like this. Let's go 40k. I should have went 15k first. Oh well. I just realized he has no intercept, so everything he has to guard with, he has to guard with from hand. That's fine. Then we're gonna go 30k. This is gonna have power +5 on it. So what I should have did was I should have called the grade 1, called the grade 2, gave the grade 1 the effect. I mean, I only got 1 that mattered. $28, $33, skill, counterblasts, call. We're gonna call 1, 2, 3, and then my front row gains 5k. My front row rear guards. One to pass, 2 to pass, twin drive, first check, second check, critical. Power here, but we'll put the crit here. All right, we'll go 35 for 2. All right, guys, here's one more look at the new build of the deck. We didn't get to do as many tricks as we wanted to, as we didn't get to see any of our Franchettes. Ideally, like the best 3 cards you want to see in the early game are Luminoel, Franchette, and Yukia. That's like the God Hand plus an Artisaria to use Luminoel. But I really, really like Luminoel for its early game pressure. He killed it super early, so I didn't get to use this defensive option. That was against a retired deck, but you saw how good Shout and Shadow was. I think by leaning more into Shout and Shadow, it really strengthens us a lot by just continuously getting pluses and cycling through our cards to be able to get more cards to be able to combo out a little more. But let me know what you guys think of the build. Let me know how you guys are feeling about Artisaria. A buddy of mine didn't said he really didn't like Luminoel, but I think it adds a nice little spice to the deck. And I also like the Lyrical Ace unit. I think this is probably the best of the Ace units. But if you guys want to check me out on social media, those links will be down below. If you guys want to see me play some Cardfight Vanguard live, come by the stream. Next stream will be Wednesday. Yes, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I would love to have you guys. That's it for me, and I'll catch you guys on this video. Later.
In my eyes, I was born for this. I got demons on my side, you and I like this. I got reason to believe I don't need it from my gifts. Only I can change the world and it go like this.